Can you imagine what I would have to do? I will have to find your house. I need to find exactly where you live because I'm going to see you.
Jide.
Ryan. Virgo season.
First of all, I want to say shout out to my bae for giving me the most spectacular Valentine's Day this week. It was absolutely amazing. I love him. I love this for us. He is such a great guy, and I just, everyone should get them one. Not mine, but they should get them one.
So what you're saying is that we're going to have to take a hiatus because you need to be institutionalized. That's what you're saying? That's what you're saying?
Not at all.
Because
I'm saying that
I
don't understand this.
It.
I'm saying this is it. Bae treated, you didn't see it, Ryan? I posted the picture and everything on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Bae chefed it up. We were FaceTiming. He cooked a delicious meal. Mm-hmm. I got to watch him do his thing in the kitchen. It was amazing.
For those that are just joining us for the first time, she's talking about Michael B. Jordan. She's living in a delusion, and I don't know how to stop it. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know why you think I'm living in a delusion. I'm not understanding this hate that I'm getting from you and my love. Like, you should be celebrating Black love. Black love is a thing, and Bakari and I, we have that.
All right. Well then, and here we are. Welcome back to Virgo season. I don't at this point, there's no arguing with someone like this. Like, I mean, I've never met this person. She said we were going to go on a double date. We've never been on this double date. His man has never reached out to me. I'm always coming for his girl, and he never came and stepped to me or nothing. I told him to see me last week, but nothing. I don't understand.
I don't think I ever told him that you said to come see him. See, that kind of changes things up. Because, he is a boxer. Those hands. Did you know that that's not real? Did you know that when they say, like, boxers' hands are, like, lethal weapons, or, like, that's just an old wives' tale?
I don't know about all that, because I know, so I used to train in Taekwondo when I was a kid. And
I said boxing. I didn't say Taekwondo.
All I'm saying is it's similar. We got a similar thing. Let me just tell my story, Jade. Let me tell my story. my what y'all would call a sensei, right? He's a grandmaster. He also trained someone that y'all may or may not know, Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes, if y'all did not know, Wesley Snipes is a like 9th degree black belt or something like that. That man is a lethal weapon. His whole entire being is a lethal weapon. So
that I can believe.
I'm just saying.
I said boxing. I didn't say nothing about Taekwondo and all these other mythical. It is similar, but it's like Taekwondo. I feel like if a boxer went up against someone who practiced Taekwondo, instant loss for the boxer.
Possibly, more than likely. But like what you're saying to me right now is that Iron Mike Tyson, even in his big age right now, he punched you in your nose holes. You're not going out? You're not done for the count?
You're going out. No, what I'm saying is, when people say like they have to register their hands or their fist as like lethal weapons. Yeah. That's an old wives' tale. I'm not saying that it's not a lethal weapon. I'm just saying there's actually no, it's not like they're going to. That's what I'm saying.
I think I'm not saying that. I don't know if it's an old wives' tale, but I think certain people have done so for whatever reason. Sort of like J-Lo's ass is like insured for how much ever.
Insured for $1 million.
And Beyonce and all of these people, right?
She's not even on our list this week, but I have to say something really quickly. Jennifer Lopez dropped a movie on Amazon Prime.
Oh, it came out?
Called This Is Me Now.
Okay.
And not to be confused with the documentary that she's also dropping called This Is Me Now.
Wait, what? Two things?
Okay.
Two things same
name?
So,
two things, yeah. And so this movie that is on Prime, it's not alleged, it is on Prime, is a look at. It's a movie. Like, it's a legitimate movie where they break out into song and it's telling her story.
A musical.
And apparently it's really bad, which I'm not surprised about.
A musical about her life? That's what's happening?
Yeah, like all the, like, I guess apparently she's like, I haven't watched it. I just saw it on the socials and someone was like showing like brief clips. So like they'd be walking down the street and like some man who I guess is supposed to be one of her ex-husbands would be walking and then they'd start singing like love songs and things like that. Neil Tice deGrasse is in there.
What?
With the astrological. It's from what I understand, it's a mess. It's not for me. I wasn't gonna watch it anyway.
Yo, I love
like,
Neil
girl,
deGrasse Tyson. What do you mean?
Me?
That's my favorite astrophysicist.
But not enough to watch
what
this.
are we talking about?
Is he not everyone's? Not enough to watch this mess though.
Oh wow!
And I don't know why our girl Kiki is in it, but I know our girl Kiki is in it, and I just need her
That's
to pick
what she
better
was
projects.
talking about. She said
Kiki,
she mentioned
yes.
J-Lo for something, and I was just like, "What is happening?" I thought J-Lo don't
Which
like
is
Virgos.
crazy.
What are we talking about?
Okay, but only when necessary.
Oh.
Which is like, because I was thinking to myself, like, why is Kiki in Jennifer Lopez's documentary? It's not the documentary, it's this stupid movie that she's released. Which also, Ben Affleck was caught off guard because apparently throughout their relationship and maybe even, well, I don't want to say when they weren't together, he used to write her like love letters and things, and she kept them, and apparently she put them in this movie and he did not know. And like he's kind of like, that was supposed to be like a
something we spoke about. Yeah,
yeah,
or
it's supposed
in
to be
between.
a me and you
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
And you've kind of
Yikes.
released that to the masses, and so
Yikes.
I'm just kind of like, ma'am.
Listen,
That is not at all.
When opportunity knocks, J-Lo will answer. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, I guess so, but I just need her to realize that she is not in the same sphere as Beyonce and Taylor. And I really feel like this was her way of kind of doing something similar to the both of them, but different.
Okay. Bored.
But
All right.
we don't care. Yeah, I just had to get that out the way, though, because I saw it and I was like, now, girl, why?
Okay.
Mentioning Beyonce, Beehive is not with y'all fuckery country radio stations. They are not with y'all fuckery, okay? The Queen has released a country pop single, because I got into a little tete-a-tete on the socials about country, because I needed somebody to clarify to me, because there was a lot of people saying it's not country.
Yeah,
and I needed them to specify
There's a lot of debate going on.
why it's not country. Yeah. So the one person who answered me respectfully, and it was only one person that I got into a tete-a-tete with, it wasn't disrespectful at all, basically said that she's more country pop than country, because I said, I need somebody to explain to me what makes this not country. And then she said, because it's not. Like, so I said,
so what makes Morgan Wallen, like his music?
wait a minute, because I said, would you classify Dolly Parton, Carrie Underwood, Sam Hunt, and Morgan Wallen as country music artists?
Right.
And she told me that Sam Hunt and Morgan Wallen are not country music artists. They are more country pop. When people think of country, they mean pure hillbilly grass country music. And then I said, well, Dolly Parton's biggest song, 9 to 5, is actually a country pop song. So would you consider Dolly Parton to not be a country music artist? As well as Carrie Underwood, whose other biggest song, Before He Cheats, is also considered a country pop song and not a country song.
Right.
And then they basically said, well, those two songs aren't really country, but then a lot of the other things that they've done would be classified as country. So they said it's not that Beyonce's not, this is just not steel grass, blue, hillbilly, no teeth, sleep with your sister country is what they mean. To which I said, touche. I won't let, my girl's not going down that path.
I really don't think she's going down the path of, the people who sleep with their sister. Yeah, I don't think that's who she. I don't think that's the target market. At the same time,
it's not.
At the same time, like these people are out here. I mean, when I tell you big debates, I fell down a rabbit hole.
Oh, big!
I fell down a rabbit hole. I done told y'all on the bonus episode this past week. Just saying, if y'all didn't know we put out a bonus episode this past week, that's because you're not subscribed to the YouTube or you didn't check it out on the YouTube. I told y'all it was going to be exclusive.
And you don't listen to the whole episode.
It's going to be exclusive.
Because it was definitely mentioned. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we spoke about this kind of a little bit. But like the people are saying that Beyonce is just trying to come into country music because she needs some sort of clout or something like that. Morgan Wallen, who is supposedly their biggest artist currently, has about 20 million monthly streams on Spotify. Beyonce 50 million. She don't need it. She don't need it. She's doing what's in her soul. This is her music she grew up to. This is what she's doing. I've heard this album was made since 2016 and was supposed to come out back then. She just put it out just because, she can, right? And this is her music.
I think I say this all the time, and we may have to put this on a t-shirt when we finally drop Virgo season merch.
Yeah.
Please be so for real when you're talking about Beyonce. It is Beyonce. She does not need clout, okay? She's not some up-and-comer who's just started this yesterday and is trying to find her footing.
30 years she's been doing this. 30 years.
And she gets better every time. Like, let's be for real. I need y'all to be for real. And the thing is, you don't have to like her. I'm not telling you don't. I think it's a character flaw when you don't, but that's me. You don't. And this is coming from, and I've been very clear on this. I was not on the Beyonce train at the very, very beginning, right? I've said this multiple times. I came around because you cannot deny talent and greatness. You cannot, as much as you want to hate on it, you cannot deny it. I need y'all to be for real. It is Beyonce. And I also need y'all to realize that this is when I say we need to start gatekeeping things. We got to start gatekeeping things because we invite everybody and their mama to our award shows. And then the minute we dip our toe into something that has been categorically stolen from us,
correct,
everybody's in the uproar and it's not what it is. Honestly, Beyonce could have got on that record and said, "Yeehaw," and that could have been the whole entire song. It would have been country because country music is black. That's it.
Facts.
That's it.
I don't get it. Like, also, people are up in arms like if she didn't do this before. She's done this before.
The Country Music Awards had their single most highest 15 minutes ever on a broadcast when she joined the Dixie Chicks
to
sing that. No, it wasn't her. No.
They're called the Chicks now.
That wasn't it. It was the Chicks, excuse me. But it wasn't even that one. It was another one where she was a surprise guest, but not even with the Dixie Chicks, somebody else.
Right.
And they had to pull it off of streaming services such as YouTube because of racist idiots. Let's be for real. It's just, Beyonce is a sign to other people of their own mediocrity. And we can't do anything about that.
I mean, daddy lessons, okay? She's done this before. That's all I'm saying. Like, and she does this well and better than a lot of y'all. So
she is literally, I think, sang in so many different genres and has always come back. Like, she's always bending the rules when it comes to music in terms of. So, like, I need y'all to be for real. I just need y'all to be for real. Anyway, that's not what we were supposed to be discussing. She wasn't getting played on country music radio stations. Right. And the Beehive was not having that. That. The Beehive was emailing saying, why are we not hearing Beyonce's Texas Hold'em in 16 carriages? Come on. And radio stations was like, Beyonce's not country. Then people was like, oh, now we got to get on our campaign shit.
That's what we doing?
Okay. So much so that this one radio station in Kentucky, which has not been active on social media since God knows when, had to get online and basically be like, the reason we weren't playing her song is not because we don't respect Beyonce. It's because we did not have it. And then that came out that a lot of radio stations did not yet have the single. But then they went and let you know in that same tweets that they were sending out, look, it's in rotation. It's already added. Y'all can leave us alone.
They don't want that smoke.
Y'all don't have to, you don't need to be outside the studio. It is in rotation. Okay? It is in rotation. The Beehive does not play. And I really need y'all to understand that. Because, and I have to say, for a group of stans, everybody's stans are crazy. I'm not going to hold you. Everybody's stans are crazy. But what I like about the Beehive is they're not crazy on like, I mean, they will ruin your career, but they'll ruin your career for a good reason. Like that radio station would have really been put out of business because I really see the Beehive doing some crazy, you know what I mean? But
right.
So now she should be on rotation at some country music stations. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Supposedly when the songs dropped, she was number 1 and number 2 on the country charts on Apple Music. I don't anticipate there being any sort of letting up at all. Once March 29th comes, it's about to be a wrap. We saw her commercial during the Super Bowl. The lady talked more than we've ever heard her talk outside of her concert. And
listen,
I'm here for it.
She has been showing so much personality that I'm a little nervous about what this album is going to be. I'm so used to Beyonce ignoring us. She's been outside, right? Like she was at the law. I don't know how to say it.
We could pause right now.
Okay.
Beyonce always had body.
Yeah.
But 2024 body is giving something completely different. I done told my wife, I was like, yo, what is this? What's going on?
Oh, yeah, no.
She's in her bag. She's in her bag in 2024.
She's not, oh, yeah. She's not here to play with you. She's
at all.
Not. She's definitely not. So we've seen her at fashion shows. They were just at the Mia Culpa.
Oh, my God. For Kelly Rowland.
Premiere for Kelly Rowland.
Yeah.
So Beyonce's talking to us to the point where she put a caption up on Instagram. Beyonce don't talk to us. She drops stuff and it goes in her hole and they be like, here come the tour, bitches. Buy your tickets.
Yeah.
She's actually talking to us.
So I had to look it up because I was just like, what is the reason she's talking in this commercial? There's got to be a reason. The lady is going for her EGOT. Did you know you can win an Emmy for a commercial?
Oh, you can?
You can.
I did not know that.
So apparently, I said it here first. I said it here first. She's been trying to get this Emmy. She may get it for the commercial. We never know. So
go ahead. Just hand it on over. Just hand it on over. Just give it to her.
I'm excited.
No. And then she was also at Jules' debut walk. I can't say this brand's name. I don't know. Is it Lauer? Lore?
Sure. Yes. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
She was outside in her all. I know it wasn't Swarovski, but her crystalled out outfit with this oversized bag. I want us to really retire oversized bags, though.
The bag was from the brand.
Not the body.
The bag was from the brand.
I know, because Miss Tina had one too, but I need them. The handle's ridiculous. The handle we gotta fix. But she was outside, looking amazing, talking to people. I was watching videos of people who were clamoring to get to Beyonce, and I just can't even imagine what it's like to sit down and have people literally risk their lives to get to you, just to be like, Beyonce, I love you.
Julius will end it, just so you know.
Oh, he definitely shoved the hell out of somebody when she was walking out. And I was like, see, now why you gotta make Julius do all of this? Julius don't want to be bothered. He just want to flash his flashlight in the camera.
You know what? Yo, yes, exactly. Go. No, straight ahead. You got to work for this picture because you won't get that flashlight. You got to earn this.
And she's talking to fans. The guy who's dressed as the alien at a couple of concerts pulled up to, I think it was after the fashion show, and was like, I'm the alien. And she was just like, oh my God. It's like she stopped, turned back, and was like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you.
Right.
Sis, why are you talking to us? I'm nervous.
Something's happening.
I'm nervous.
Something is happening.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous because she's never talked to us this much.
Before you go on.
Okay.
What would it be like if you were Jules, you're having your moment, not only is your mother a superstar, but your auntie is a superstar, your grandmother's a superstar, all of which are in the audience as you're doing your debut thing that is supposed to be all about you, but the sun basically arrived at your big moment, and now everybody's revolving around her, the sun.
Right.
You know, when it's supposed to be all about you. How are you supposed to feel about that? Like, I don't know. I'm happy for the boy, but like, you know, it's kind of crazy.
Jules should feel grateful because if it weren't for those three women, he would not be walking in the fashion show.
Possibly. Yeah.
The real reason Jules was put into that fashion show was for the hopes that one of these three women would show up. All three of them is a boon for that brand, right? Because I'd never heard of them. And and granted, I say it all the time, I'm not a fashion girly. I'm just a girl who likes fashion. This is not a brand that I had ever heard of up until this moment.
Right.
So Jules should be, and also not to say, you know, he's a baby. So I'm going to let him, but he's not that interesting looking.
Okay, so I beg to differ. So, for those who've been listening for a long time, we know that Ryan has had many, many, many jobs, one of which is being a model, right? Which I'm very embarrassed by. But, but I think Jules is not a terrible looking person. I think he's actually, I don't know how tall. Terrible. I don't know how tall he is, but he has a look. I don't think you think he has a look, but I think he has a look. I'd shoot him. I also used to be a photographer, so I'd shoot him.
I don't think he's unattractive. When I see him, I don't see model. I do see legacy of, okay, this is such and such's child and such's nephew.
Right.
Getting them in the building would make. But if we were to strip the celebrity away from him, he's not walking in any fashion show.
I think he is. I don't think he's a standout, but I think he is walking in a fashion show, pending how, I don't really know how tall he is, but like, I think he is walking.
Okay.
I think
I'll
he
give
is.
you that. No, I'll give you that. We can agree to disagree.
Apparently.
So MoNique has been in the news for a little bit because of Club Shay Shay.
We also spoke about this on the bonus. Check it out.
And there's someone else who would like to enter the chat. And that is her son, Shallon. And Shallon wants y'all to know that while MoNique may be your favorite auntie, she is a horrible mother. And basically, he got on TikTok and released a statement. He basically was just venting, I think. And he was talking about how he doesn't really have a relationship with his mom. He doesn't have a relationship with this man that she calls daddy. He doesn't call him daddy. It just felt really weird to him that they would talk about their sons, their 3 sons, and not really include him.
Right.
In that whole situation when, like, he grew up in the same
he's the OG
household and he's the original son. MoNique and her husband, sometimes you just gotta sit things out, decided that they were going to, I guess, defend themselves in this instance and talk. And did not go well, in my personal opinion.
Right.
Because MoNique went on to say that her husband, whose name I don't know because all she does is call that man daddy. Daddy.
You don't want to call him daddy, Jade?
I don't want to call him daddy. I don't know his name. MoNique's daddy. She told her son that for him to say all of these things when her daddy knew him before he knew who he was. To which I say, that's a problem, MoNique. If your son, at his big age of 31, I think he said he is, says that he doesn't have a relationship with you and the man whom you claim knew him before who he was. Which is why he was saying, I don't call him anything. He doesn't call him dad. Like, he doesn't, everybody else calls him daddy. She called him uncle something. I don't remember that man's name. Let's say she said Uncle Daddy. She said Uncle Daddy.
First of all, did you ever watch the Niecy Nash show Claus?
No.
So there's
Uncle Daddy?
There's an Uncle Daddy in that show.
Well,
okay.
I don't remember that man's name because she calls him Daddy. Uncle Daddy then took over and basically started to list all of the things that they've done for Shallon. They gave him a down payment for a car. They bought a lot of stuff for his newborn baby, to which proved Shallon's point, because he did say, while my mother may have provided things for me, she was not an actual mother. We do not have a relationship.
Whew. Yeah.
Shallon then got back and responded to this statement that his mom and her daddy was making, and basically said, I never said that you guys didn't, but what I'm saying is 2 things can be true.
Right.
You could provide me with things and still be a crappy parent without providing me the emotional support that I need. And it's just messy. Yeah. And people want to cancel MoNique behind this. And listen, my sweet babies, I get it. I get it. Y'all are disappointed. But if we're going to cancel MoNique over being a terrible parent or a deadbeat mother, there's a laundry list of people that we should start with. Future.
Oh, boy.
We can cancel Future. We know he's a deadbeat.
Oh, boy. So I looked at both of the videos that her son posted, and it was very sad. Like, it's like, I know they were talking somehow about, him having mental issues or something. What I saw in the video was somebody that was pretty well adjusted as far as I could tell. Obviously, we all need therapy, and, you and myself also go to see therapists, but
love it.
I don't think I could be surviving in 2024 without mine, so I don't care. It is what it is. I think he's sane. I also feel like he's hurt, though. And it's...
definitely.
it's a hell of a thing when you have someone that is so famous and then also has brought their famous to Club Shay Shay, which is now blown up even bigger, and now all that attention and that vitriol is now pointed at you. There's but so long you could stay quiet, and I think that's why he responded in the first place. But he was still pretty respectful as far as I could tell.
So respectful.
And so it's hard because it's just like, I kind of understand where he's coming from. I don't know these people. I don't know what it was like as they were growing up. It just seems like a sad situation that we should not have been privy to, a conversation that should not have been happening over the internet. In the last video he put out, he was like, oh, you want to show receipts? I'm gonna show my receipts. And his receipts was all the images of his baby, and I was just like, like I could not, like, because I mean, I'm a dad of 2 girls, and so like that like really like gut wrenched me, because it's just like, grandmother has to be in. I mean, it would be very nice for a grandmother to be in the life. It would be nice,
right?
Like, there's a lot of things that it triggered in me. I'm going to speak to my therapist about it this week, but I'm just like, it just feels very much voyeuristic, and like I feel kind of pervy kind of watching this kind of happen, like, and it's sad. It's very sad.
I agree, because I always have this conversation too about people. I'm very clear on the fact that like I don't have the greatest relationship with my father. We're not going to get into it, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But reminding people that even though I'm an adult in that relationship, I'm still the child.
Right. And
so you would want the adult in your life who would be your parental figure, right, to kind of know how to navigate this better than you would.
Right.
Because you're still coming from a child's place almost in right. how you feel.
Right.
And also, I want us to stop trying to use people's mental health as an excuse for being a shitty person to them, because that's not an excuse. If he speaks out, it has nothing to do with his mental health. He's speaking out. So let's stop trying to make it seem as though because someone has a mental health issue and they speak out on something, that it's their mental health that's making them speak out, like it's triggered or they're in some sort of state, when not all mental health issues have to be, akin to schizophrenia or whatever it is that you people are thinking it is. Let's stop that, please.
Right.
So Usher's out here breaking records in Black History Month.
Yo, a lot of things is happening in Black History Month.
It is. I have a great Black History Month story that I'm going to tell right after this Usher one, because Black History Month is the month that just keeps on winning.
Yes.
So his halftime performance set a ratings record with an average of 123.7 million viewers across all CBS platforms, making it the most watched Super Bowl and the most watched program in TV history. Even eclipsing
the last record holder, also a Black person that we love.
Of course. Is that Miss Fenty?
That's Miss Fenty, yes.
Yes. Okay, Miss Fenty.
So I'm glad another Black person we love has done it. So
let's just keep, especially during Black History Month, that's chef's kiss.
That's it.
A Tucson teacher has lost her job over OnlyFans.
Oh, wait a second. wait a second. So you was like, I want to talk about this Tucson teacher, and I just didn't know what I was getting myself into. So in an attempt to actually think that I know what I'm talking about this week, I looked this thing up, and I was just like, hold on a second now. What? How did we get here?
You don't know
I was not ready.
Diallo?
You
don't know Nkechi Diallo?
I was not ready.
Well, Nkechi Diallo was a former NAACP leader in Spokane, Washington.
Oh my God.
Who was a teacher in the Catalina Foothill School District in Tucson. And she has gone and lost her job because she has an OnlyFans. And the reason, I am always a champion for Black women. I support most Black women. I don't say all, because Candace Owens is a Black woman and I don't support her. This isn't a Black woman. This is Rachel Dolezal. And I'm so happy she has lost her job. She went and changed her name to Nkechi. No, Kechi.
And I don't know how
Diallo.
You say it. It's Nkechi, right? I have numerous Nigerian friends with this name. How disrespectful is this lady? Like, this is crazy. Like, did she legally change her name? I think she legally changed her name to this.
Yeah, she legally changed her name. I have never seen somebody double down in something so ridiculous
she
in my entire
said she's
life.
trans black, and we are not acknowledging her ethnicity. Why are you not acknowledging her ethnicity, Jade? What is wrong with you?
Because transracialism is not a thing. And if I were to ever meet Rachel Dolezal, I would embarrass her because she's an embarrassment.
Yo,
I wouldn't even.
Oh my God.
It's like, if you wanted to be a supporter of black people, that's fine. We welcome. For some godforsaken reason, we are one of the most welcoming groups of people on earth. And I really wish we would stop at some time. I really do. There are ways to do that without taking up spaces that are reserved for already marginalized groups when you are not of a marginalized group.
Right.
So we have a white woman who thinks that because she changes her name to Nkechi Diallo, puts in box braids in her already struggling, very thin hair.
Oh boy.
And speaks with a dialect that she attributes to all black women, that she can now say that she is transracial without having to overcome any of the adversities that black women face day in and day out. You want to know why I miss Nkechi Diallo? Because you got a job that was designed for a black person, not because of your merits, but because you were probably a fairer skinned white woman who looked like a fair skinned black woman. Get out of my face.
See, I can't feel bad for her because I know her OF is going up now. I'm sure it is. And
you already know.
And Jade, honestly, I'm curious. I need to see how she blended it all. I need to see how all of this comes together because there's just no way. How?
Oh no, she be busting it open on her OnlyFans because the news station that dropped it, I mean, they obviously didn't show like legit pictures. They showed pictures with like the bar over it, and like she's literally turned around, busting it open.
Wow.
So she's like legit doing OnlyFans. Like she's not doing the OnlyFans where she's reading the works of Toni Morrison in a bra and some panties. She is busting it open.
Wow. So she's in the tanning bed, fully, completely in the buff, and is just
she's not
committed to
she's
the color.
Walking around as being as pale as she is and telling people that she is a black woman.
Because she was paler, but the picture that I saw in the news stories, she kind of has...
She lives in Tucson, Arizona. That's natural sun. Do you know how hot Arizona is?
Oh, so she outside busting it open, outside in the backyard.
Busting it open and telling us she's a black woman. Send the aliens. Send the aliens.
For those that have seen and want to like just let me know what's going on, just explain to me what it's looking like, how it got to where it got to from where it started. I just want to understand. Because I don't get it.
I don't want to understand. I want her to drop off the face of the earth. That's like...
Yo, I was not ready when I did the research and the name popped up and the face popped up. I was like, no, you got to be shitting me, Jade.
You know what's so crazy is, because at first I was going to put, when I originally put the notes in the potential topics, I put her name and then I deleted it because I was like, I don't want him to go look it up. And then of course your curious ass went to go look it up because I wanted to surprise you with that one. Like, because I wanted you to be like, why are we talking about some random Tucson teacher starting an OnlyFans and getting fired? Like, why do we care?
Right.
But of course you would go look up. The one time I don't want you to look something up, you go look it up.
Oh my gosh.
She makes me sick, and she's just annoying.
And what's sickening is that she's gonna continue to thrive, and now she's probably thriving even more. Like, look at Bahabi, what she did in these streets. Like, all these people, like, come on.
Let me tell you how long it took me to know who Bahabi was. When I tell you I'm so sick of you, I am so sick of you.
These type of people win, Jade. I'm telling you.
They do. And it's weird because Bahabi, when people were telling her she's really out here cosplaying as a black woman, she basically said, who wants to be black? You, sweetheart, you. Because you're definitely acting like every stereotypical black girl that you see on TV. But we're not going to get into Bahabi and her black baby that she's having with a black man. Because sometimes some black men can be the weakest
Didn't even know that.
Possible.
Didn't even know that.
I'm going to need Shaq or somebody in Shaq's family to let him know that Instagram comments are
God.
public.
Oh man.
And that he is a full 51 years old.
51,
and that
yes.
Ice Spice is 24.
24.
And so him leaving comments saying that she is so damn fine is creepy. It is creepy, Shaq. And I like Shaq.
Everybody likes Shaq.
The only reason we're not going to call him a predator is because she's 24. Still a baby. She's 24. But it's giving slight predatory vibes, Shaq, right, that you're looking at this little girl and saying she's so damn fine.
Right. Let's
not do that.
I mean, what the only difference here is that he said this in public for the world to see, but like this is the status quo, right? It's very hard for me to look at the people in the 20s right now. Even if I was single right now, I could not see myself any younger than 30. Any younger than 30. Like, cause I just, and even to that, cause like I'm a big ass 38. Like, look, me dating somebody at 30 still feels a little, I'm uncle, you know, and this is my niece. You understand?
It's cringe. It's cringe.
Super cringe.
And I'm gonna say he got caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
And maybe he didn't know how old Ice Spice was. I don't know. Maybe he thought she was late 20s, early 30s, because she sometimes look a little some of these Gen Zs.
Even if she was
either way, it's creepy.
Even if she was early 30s, that's still a 20-year difference, Jade.
It is, but it's not nothing new. These old ass men are out here dating these little girls. Ain't nothing new. And it would have been a little bit more acceptable. But at this point, she's young enough to, I mean, she's young. Like, she's young.
Yeah. We spoke about this last week with
Dre the pedophile.
Dre. Yeah. I just feel like there's a little bit of I don't feel like there was the same amount of outrage for her as people are having for him, as far as I can tell. Honestly,
there's not, and that's why I said I totally agree, because nasty is nasty, and they're both nasty. The only difference with Shaq in this instance is, as far as we know, he's not sleeping with Ice Spice.
Right.
As far as we know, they are not having any sort of sexual relationship.
Right.
So I'm not gonna call him a pedophile. Dre is sleeping with a baby.
Yeah.
Dre is sleeping with a child that is old enough to be her son, because she literally has a son that is the same age as the man in which she is sleeping with.
Yeah.
That is gross.
Okay, I have another question before you move on. So, like, you out at the bar. I know. Just take yourself there, because it's not going to happen.
Okay. As long as you know. Did you see my face actually, like, restart? Because I was like, a bar.
You out at the bar.
Okay.
22-year-old man comes up to you, full Jordan the Stallion beard and everything, is giving older than he actually is. Y'all talking it up. You're just like, hold on a second now. I've been on these apps, but look at God bringing real life people into my life, and the conversation is good and all that. Y'all vibing and all of that, and you don't know, the age. You at the bar, I said. So now y'all drunk. You like, I don't normally do this, but you know, Michael B said I have a hall pass. So, you know, you have this hall pass with this person.
Appreciate
and then
you acknowledging my current relationship, but go ahead.
You gotta come down to the people with the delusions. You can't just, because if you tell them that they're wrong, then they're gonna be combative, and you never know what they're gonna do. So I gotta meet you where you at.
As many times as I tag him in my foolery, I am fully prepared for that man or somebody on his team to block me. I just know it's coming. A cease and desist is coming. A cease and desist is coming your way. I'm gonna try to tag him, and it's gonna be like he does not exist. I just know it's coming.
But yeah, so y'all have a moment, and then you find out that this person is this age. What happens then, Jade?
What do you mean when you say we have a moment?
You know, the young people say you got the goosies, and then you hooked up, you know?
And I find out I would definitely be like, now, I'm a little offended and appalled, because you are a baby. Gorgeous baby, but you are a baby. And this is not going to happen. Like, this is not going to go any further than what's happening right now.
Jade, what if you hooked up and you're just like, man, this is the best hook I've ever had in my life?
There are one night stands for a reason. Okay? There are one night stands and one hooks for a reason.
Ooh,
and I
Jesus.
would definitely be.
Yo, when I tell you, Jasmine,
else,
one of our listeners, when I tell you she done paused and she's losing her mind right now off of what I just said,
right,
I'm just saying.
I cannot.
Oh, Lord.
If I hook up with a child,
mm-hmm.
which is gross, that would be a one-time mistake if I found out how old he was. And it would never repeat itself. I don't care how great of a hookup it was.
Man.
He's a child. I am a grown woman with grown woman problems, grown woman bills, grown woman dreams and goals and aspirations.
What I'm saying is
there's nothing a 22-year-old.
It's weird.
There's nothing. First of all, the fact that I would have to call my therapist up the moment I found out that he was 22 years of age for her to talk me off the ledge.
Jade, what I'm saying is, what if, I know we used to do this before, but I'm in my bag now, so we go in there. What if this person is all the things that you asked for except for the age? This person is in the NBA and they have a contract for $450 million. Jade.
Great. I am not great. Good for him and the little girl he's going to find after me. Great. There's absolutely nothing. I don't care how much. That is gross. That is so disgusting that, like, thinking about it. Because in my mind, because let me tell you what I'm honestly thinking. In my mind, and this is how my mind is going to work in this situation. If I'm 40
mm-hmm.
and he's 22 years old,
mm-hmm.
how old was I when this child came squawking into the world?
I get it.
I am trying to do adult things with this baby? That is gross.
Okay, devil's advocate again. What? Devil's advocate again. You're 95 and he is 77. What does it look like then? What is it then?
That's different because we both on the way out.
How is it different? It's the same situation.
We both on the way out. Both on the way out. No, because he's lived a little.
Y'all done ran around the sun so many times already. That's it. That's the only thing that's different.
Why, though. But he's lived a little. You know what I mean? He got little wrinkles on him. It's a little different. I'm on my way out.
So you gotta wait till you're 95 to make this thing work.
I mean, I probably wouldn't date if I was 90. If I lived to be 95, knock on wood, I probably wouldn't date somebody that's 75. Real talk, just because, like, we need to go out together
mm-hmm.
because I'm gonna haunt you. If I go out before you and you move on, I'm haunting you.
But men statistically don't live as long as women, so yeah, y'all might be right where you need to be. You know.
No, it's still gross because I'm be talking about Jay-Z. He's gonna be telling me that Playboy Cardi is his favorite rapper, and that's just not going.
You think Playboy?
That's not going.
Think Playboy Cardi gonna make it to 2068? That's what you think. Well, that's not.
No, I don't. But you know, these people.
That's 40 years. Yeah, I was in my bag. You know, I know my math sometimes.
I don't think he's gonna be that long. I don't think he's gonna have that longevity. But you know, people like who they like, and every time somebody randomly reminds me that they have a hive, so I'm pretty sure Playboy Cardi got a hive of people who enjoy him, and that's what we gonna. I'm not beefing with you about that
mm-hmm.
in my 95 years of age. No.
Okay.
Gross. Leave me alone.
But I mean,
absolutely not.
You see, at the end of the day, we all up in arms about this. I don't think he actually did anything. And on top of that, Ice Spice is an adult, so is he. What I'm saying is Shaq is a little out of pocket, but also it is what it is, you know? So
I mean, he just said words. I'm not mad at him for just saying words. I would be mad at him if at 51 years of age, Shaq was publicly courting this 24-year-old child.
Diddy Carisha.
That was gross thing too.
All right.
And it didn't change. That was good. Only thing I said that Carisha got from Diddy was he taught her how to rhyme on beat. That's the only thing. He taught her how to catch that beat when she was in the studio. That's it. That's it. And he upgraded, you know, her little fashion sense a little bit. That's it. Harlem style. But that was gross. Still gross.
Yeah.
Okay, first, I have to say this. Our girl Zendaya was in her fashion bag this week. And I need Law Roach.
Come on.
I need Law to really, he has to just, rounds of applause for Law. If you don't know, Dune 2 is coming out, and I'm sure Zendaya probably speaks 3 lines in this goddamn movie. I didn't even see the first one, because I just, know. But every look that Zendaya has rocked during this press run
Every press run, not just this press run. The girl,
not just this one, but I'm talking about this in particular, just because this is her most recent press run.
Right.
Has been chef's kiss, because the attention to detail that they pay attention to with like the storytelling in her clothing and how it plays along with the movie.
Right.
Nobody's doing it.
Listen, the fashion girls are out here. I tell you, I come from the fashion world. My wife is heavy into fashion, so I pay a lot of attention to the fashion. All these stylists wish they had her, and they wish they were Law. Plain and simple.
I say this all the time. The fashion model girlies, with the exception of like the greats, should be happy that Zendaya never wanted to model and that she wanted to be an actress, because she would be eating you bitches up effortlessly every time. She would literally be a one-woman fashion show. They would just be like, y'all gonna have to take these pauses in between, because there's nothing that you put on this woman and she does not look.
Right.
I remember the time she effortlessly ate up my bae when they wore matching tuxedos to two different things. Ate him up. Do you understand me? And not many people eat bae up. She ate Bakari up. Okay? Anyway, the reason I need to talk about this is you have to give Law Roach his ones, because not a lot of people can pull archives from basically any fashion house in the way that Law Roach pulls archives.
They gonna give it to him. Give it to him.
Without hesitation. So her most recent look that she wore was a Mugler 1995 couture collection iconic metal robots.
I don't even think she was born in 1995. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's sickening.
Like, ma'am, excuse me?
It's sort of...
And then had the nerve to complete that look with a Bulgari necklace that was just sapphires and diamonds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my wife
My
wife took a gasp when she saw it, and so I already knew it was legit.
Excuse me, Zendaya Coleman? Excuse me? Girl.
Yeah.
Eat these people up. And the crazy thing is, everybody on that red carpet, with the exception of Timothy Kutkamanga, looked amazing.
You were right there. You just had to say Chalamet. Even though they can't figure out how to say our names, but Chalamet, that's the name.
Cucamonga sounds better. Everybody looked good. Everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay. And the thing is, I know these people got dressed and was like, I am in my bag tonight. I just know. It was like, I am in my bag tonight. And then here comes Zendaya Coleman. No, you're not. I'm in my bag. I'm in all y'all bags.
I'm in every bag that's ever bagged. You understand?
Ate them up. Do you understand me? I had to mention that because there's not a lot of fashion moments real quick, that like...
Googled it. 1996. That's when she was born.
So she was... Oh, my God. And ate people up. Eating them up in that fashion.
Wow.
Like... You know who's having a bad week?
Who?
Kanye West. And I, for one, don't think a more deserving person deserves having a bad week than Kanye West.
Okay.
So it's two parts. So one part was, which I knew was ridiculous. People were claiming that Taylor Swift got him kicked out of the Super Bowl, which I'm not even going to give that too much air, but that's not true.
Was he kicked out? I know she called them and told them that he couldn't be in the same place as she was.
Nothing happened. I don't even think Kanye, he was there. He just wasn't in the same, he was in another section.
Because he couldn't be anywhere close to her.
But I mean, who was going to put them in the same section anyway? Like, that doesn't even logically, they don't like each other. Why would they be like, hey guys? Like, no.
Right.
But the reason I say Kanye is having a bad week is because his album, Vultures, had been briefly pulled from streaming services. Mm-hmm. Due to a distribution issue, because the people who he was originally contracted to release the album with did not want to release the album. And someone on their team already went ahead and released it anyway. And they were like, no, that's not
how it works.
That's not how this works. And they pulled it, but it's back on now.
Yeah.
And it basically says, late last year, Fuga was presented with the opportunity to release Vultures 1. Exercising our judgment in the ordinary course of business, we declined to do so. On Friday, February 9th, a long-standing Fuga client delivered the album Vultures 1 through the platform's automated processes, violating our service agreement. Therefore, Fuga is actively working with its DSP partners and the client to remove Vultures 1 from our system. So it was no longer being hosted on Apple, Spotify. It was basically lost on a whole lot of places.
Right.
I don't think it could have happened to a better person. Personally.
This guy continues to find ways to step around the system and figure things out. No matter how ridiculous he is, he finds a way. He's selling it now on Yeezy.com, I think. One thing I can say, and Vance kind of put me in a different perspective. You know, we say this all the time. It's very hard for me to separate the art from the artist a lot. But I'm starting to. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I want to land here. But like for the people who have been saying all sorts of random things, one thing y'all can't say is that he's not a good artist. He's not a great producer. He's not a visionary. All these things. He's also all the other things that you're saying, but there's like nuance here, and it's sad. And I know you're looking at me crazy, but like, it's sad because when like once in a generation kind of like talent comes along and then they do stuff like he's done to tarnish that is ridiculous. That's a sad situation, and it's like it's hard. It's hard to watch. I'm not a big fan of Kanye. Yay. Nothing he got going on, but I can't forget the last 20 years either. So I don't know. It's weird.
See, that's so interesting to me because I genuinely do not think that he is a once in a lifetime anything.
Really? That's kind of crazy because at the time when he was at the top, everybody was on it. Like he did, like, come on. Like you couldn't say you weren't at a time.
I can.
Even flashing lights, none of those days. You wasn't around.
When I promise you that I was not a fan, and I'm still not a fan of flashing lights. I don't know.
God.
I did not think Kanye West. I have never thought that Kanye West was a once in a lifetime talent.
Even his debut single "Through the Wire," you couldn't.
I
wasn't
Through the Wire.
Come on.
I enjoy Through the Wire, but I also like Beanie Siegel's "I Can Feel It in the Air." Same thing to me. You know what I mean? Like,
not the same
to
thing.
me it is. There was nothing that it was.
It's a bigger story. It was a bigger rollout. It was the man literally spit the damn thing while his jaw was shut, like wired shut.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's
listen, but this is why art is subjective, right? Like, people like who they like, and art is subjective.
Right. I
have never been a huge Kanye West fan. Mm-hmm. I appreciate some of the work that Kanye West has done, but it has always befuddled me when people slap the word and the name genius or like certain labels on him. I never saw that. Did I see somebody who was doggedly driven at making his dream come true? Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. But in my personal opinion, he's just not the greatest thing that everybody makes him out to be.
I didn't say the greatest. I say that like they're
not you. I'm saying everyone else.
What I can say is, have you ever seen another talent like Kanye West? Well, Ye, as they say now. Have you ever seen another, in general, in any aspect, really, have you ever seen another one of him?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's like, who?
But I think the difference is with Kanye West is, like you stated earlier, his rollout.
Yeah.
Right? Like, his rollout was one that was different. But I feel like, for the most part, every artist who's crazy enough to chase this dream of artistry is a Kanye West to a degree.
No.
Depending on the support that you have behind them. I do. Now, some are better than others. My God. Don't get me wrong, right? Some are better than others, right? Like, am I going to say that, I don't even know who's a current artist right now, but I'm not going to say that X is the equivalent of X, of Kanye West. But I do think that I'm a firm believer in words meaning things. Mm-hmm. I think that Kanye West spoke his greatness into existence. And when I say that, I don't mean because he went on to do great things. I think he just said it so much that people started to believe him. Right. And I just am not one of those people that believe him.
I get where you're coming from.
I've never, nothing that Kanye West has done or has stated has ever moved me to be like, oh, I need to do this. When people were spending hundreds of dollars on Yeezys, I have never owned a Yeezy. Why? Because I think them shits is ugly. I've always thought they were ugly. He has never done anything in my mind on any aspect that has been music-wise, producing-wise. Like, has he made some great songs, and has he not contributed to that? Yes, but so has Just Blaze, so has Tim.
There's a lot of contributors, but like when we were talking about before, like people moving needles and stuff, Kanye, what we used to know as Kanye, pushed a lot of the culture to where it is today. Whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not, right? It's he's birthed a lot of these people that are out here, right? And
in what way though? Because
we're not talking about if it was good or bad. Like, for instance, somebody like
Elon Musk. I'm not saying
Musk.
Good or bad, but if you said who, because then that means if he's birthed, so like people say like Nicki Minaj has birthed so many artists, right? All these young female artists, right? And you can name female artists that Nicki Minaj has birthed, right? Like, I would never take that from her, right? Mm-hmm. Who's followed in that trajectory. Mm-hmm. Who has that been for Kanye West?
So many. Literally all of the rappers right now. Literally all of them.
Which is probably why I don't like any
literally
of them.
All of them. But, like, at the same time, right? It's like, I'm not gonna sit here and defend that man about anything. What I'm thinking about now is the art. The art of it all. Like, it's like when you go back to some of that music, like this is a time that I can't erase from my life. Like, it's like there's certain.
But I think that's different though.
It's crazy because some of these songs are classics that in 100 years, if music still we still listen to music in the same way or whatever, we'll still vibe. Just like Motown music from our parents' generation is still vibing with us now today. You understand what I'm saying?
Which is why I think it's funny, because music is so subjective and like art is subjective, because for you, that's what that means. I can guarantee you that nothing that Kanye West has released in his long ass career has affected me in that way. And and this is not even me just being a Kanye hater.
I don't know, bro.
And you can ask friends who have known me longer than you have. Right. I have never seen it for. And when I say I have never seen it for Kanye West, I've just never gotten the hype of him being this all-encompassing, whatever it is that he's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. To me, he is a person who, yes, he's talented. Definitely talented. I would never take that from him.
So what about all the Jay-Z songs that you love that Kanye did? All of them. Mm-hmm. What about those? He never done anything.
If somebody else was on
No,
them.
You would not have.
You would not have. I've never said that. But you can't misconstrue my words. I'm not saying that I don't enjoy Kanye West as an artist. I don't think he is a good rapper. Mm-hmm. I've never. Through the Wire was a good song because it was something that was groundbreaking at its time, right? The other song that he did on the Graduation, the second single, never bought a car, but she named her daughter Alexis. That song, dope. Mm-hmm. She had a song with Jay-Z, the Big Brother song. Loved that song. That is about it for me. In terms of Kanye, I did not, and this is just me being 100% honest. I just never got the hype behind him, and I've never seen it. And as I watched him descend into madness, it just further solidified why I never saw it. But I'm not going to say that he hasn't. But I'm not saying that he hasn't, and I said this earlier, I'm not saying that he has not contributed. Mm-hmm. I just don't think the words and the labels that people slap on him are warranted, because then if that's the case, everyone who has had marginal success in the degree in which he's had success. Yes, Kanye West says he's a billionaire. Yes, Kanye West started, put Adidas on the map with them ugly ass shoes. Man. But what I'm saying is there are people, if we're using the same metrics in which Kanye West has used, they just don't talk a great game, then everybody's a fucking genius. But it's just different levels of genius. I don't think he's a genius. I
feel like
in my household, he would never be considered, like, I would never be like, okay, so is he one of the greatest producers? Maybe. Possibly.
Yeah, I feel like if this was a debate competition and there was two sides of this would be the greatest debate ever. Like, It would be
definitely.
amazing. It would be
Definitely.
amazing.
It definitely would. I mean, but I'm just going to be 100% honest. Like, this is not even me trying to be, because sometimes I could just be crazy, but I've never seen it for Kanye West. I've never seen it for him. I don't, I was most excited for him when he was dating Amber Rose, and that's because, like, they looked fly together. And then that was, like, literally my biggest, his biggest contribution to me at that point in time was the fact that he was fly with Amber Rose. Other than that, I literally think every sneaker drop he has done is ugly and overpriced. I've never liked any of his clothes. Like, that's me though. But again, art is subjective, right? So
it is what it is.
And I don't knock people for liking it. It's just never been me. But anyway, he's having a horrible week. And then Ozzy Osbourne was not messing with him because he apparently used a sample from Black Sabbath, Ozzy's rock group.
Right.
Excuse me, he played a live track, a live performance of Black Sabbath's 1970 song War Pigs during a listening party for Vultures. And apparently he was denied permission to do so previously and still went ahead and did it. And, Ozzy Osbourne and his wife are Jewish. Kanye West is anti-Semitic. Even though he likes to say black people can't be anti-Semitic because we're Jewish. We're not. First
off, I didn't know that Ozzy was Jewish, but we forget who Ozzy Osbourne was too. Like I don't know. No. It is what
we
it
don't.
It is weird.
But
it's weird.
We don't. But I just know. But I just think it's weird how, for me in this instance, I have to be Team Ozzy, not because of it being Kanye West, but knowing that if someone did something that Kanye West did not give them permission for, he wouldn't just be like, oh, it's cool.
Right.
We would get a 7-year rant and rave about it and how this person is the worst person in the world. So it kind of works both ways. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to be that way to other people, you have to respect other people's artistry as well. So that's the only reason I'm going to be Team Ozzy on this, because you and I both know if Taylor Swift took a Kanye West song, if she took that part where he said something, Taylor Swift, I made that bitch famous, and she put that in the beginning of a song after he told her not to, he would not just be like, yo, that shit was dope. He'd be like, whoa, there's another attempt to take down the black man.
You know what's funny about that? Like, today I heard that Taylor announced some sort of special version of her new album that's coming out, and she's calling it the Bolter edition or something like that. And when I heard it, I thought it said the Vulture edition, and I was like,
let me say something.
What?
Now, if Taylor Swift would have done that, when I tell you, for the first time in my life,
oh
I
my
would have
God,
liked something that she did, because that would have been the most epic troll ever.
Yo, I was like,
but they can't handle Kanye.
I was like, 2024 is not disappointing, and
not
I'm just like, man, it's only February.
The one thing that I will give Kanye credit for is that I love how he disrupts people like Taylor Swift's soul. I do appreciate him for that. But otherwise, I could leave him. Like, he's not moving. He doesn't move the needle for me.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay. This is the last thing we got to talk about. And I've been waiting for this. And Kanye kind of got us off on a tangent. But you are a parent.
I am.
And I just need to know, how far would you go to support your child's dream? And the reason I'm asking you this is, so suppose your wife was an esthetician.
My wife is an esthetician, okay.
And your youngest child, let's say she's between the ages of like 5 and 7, admires mommy. She wants to be like mommy. She wants to do what mommy does.
Okay.
Mommy's like, sure, she can help out. And you're like, this is great. But then you log into Instagram and see pictures of your 5 to 7-year-old performing waxing duties on adult women. 24 adult women to be exact. And your wife posts, she literally helped me wax 24 clients starting from 7:23 to 5 p.m. She made a total of $744, and I'm going to put the money towards whatever her future dreams and aspirations are.
Oh my God. What kind of waxing, Jade? What kind of waxing? I know it might not matter. No, oh shit. Oh my God.
So you go onto Instagram and you see images of your 5 to 7-year-old child with women spread eagle.
Oh my God.
And your child standing
Oh
on
my
a
God.
stool performing waxing on
See,
cash.
I would not marry someone like this, Jade. I just wouldn't. Like, the person that I marry has to have some sort of common sense. Like, some sort of
Listen,
common sense.
I'm sure Kim Kardashian felt the same way when she married Kanye West, but look at where she ended
She did
up.
not.
You
She
just
did-
never know.
She did not.
You just never know.
She had. We're not going back in that direction. Let's stick to the point. Let's stick to the point. Shut it down. Some heads will turn, for sure, Jade. Like, 'cause the way that I do my best to protect my girls right now, and they do nothing close to this. My oldest constantly asks me for, oh, can I get on the YouTube? Can I start a YouTube page? No, because I know the type of vultures that are out here. Like, when you become an adult and you're able to handle it,
I
then
see what you did there.
it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But like right now, I need to protect my children. Like children, for one, I can't blame this child at all. I have to blame the mother. I have to blame the mother, because children are going to look up to their parents, and whatever their parents say is okay. The child is going to look at it as interesting, and so she's just doing what, you know, her mother probably told her to do, and was like, oh, we got to do this for the gram and put it on the gram, all that garbage. This lady, I don't know the laws, but there's got to be some sort of child endangerment.
Oh, she broke she definitely broke child labor laws.
Labor laws.
7:23 a.m.
Something.
7:23 a.m. to 5 p.m. is when she's saying this little girl was waxing. I need everybody who was involved, including the mother minus the child, put on some sort of sex registry list. Because why would you as an adult walk into a space and see a child and the mother goes to you? I don't even care if it's just for a photo. But the fact that this child had to look at, allegedly, 24 different vaginas.
Okay, so the question here is, we're coming from an American sensibility. Was there anything sexual about this? Yes, there were vaginas, right? But was it sexual?
No.
Like, that's the question.
There wasn't anything.
So I
there
don't
was
know.
nothing sexual. There was nothing sexual about it, but she's 5 years old.
Yes, I get that part. Yeah, it's
She's
sad. I don't know how
it's different. It would be different if her mom had her set up.
Yeah.
Right? You bring in you turn on the button you hit to turn on the wax melter.
Right.
This is what, hand mommy her gloves, hand mommy the oil, throw a blanket over the person so your child is not exposed. Because this is the reality of the situation, right? Mm-hmm. This same woman, and this is me probably projecting onto her, but I feel like this would be the same type of woman who would be upset if she saw two people of the same sex kiss on TV and tell us what are we subjecting her children to. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's just
right.
Like, you have to have common sense.
Yeah.
No one's saying that you shouldn't bring your child to work, but the fact that you had your child work for almost 12 hours, right? For 10 hours, almost 10 and a half hour work day.
It also
and she looked at 24 different vaginas.
Yeah. Yeah, it also depends on the work that you do. Like, I wouldn't bring my 5-year-old to a construction site if I was a contractor. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't bring my child to work if I was a porn star. I wouldn't bring my child to work. In different scenarios, like, there's just certain things that you have to be mindful of as not even just a parent, but just as an adult with common sense. And apparently, the internet is just ruining people's brains for whatever reason. Like, I don't know why.
Especially because
I don't get it.
She could have gotten away with this if she did not post it on social media. But she wanted so much to be in these family content creators who want to do so much. Stop it.
Listen.
Because your daughter, there's so many other ways your daughter could have earned money while helping you at work than having your daughter allegedly wax 24 adult women and look at 24 different vaginas.
Whatever happened to lemonade stands? Whatever happened to lemonade stands?
You know what's so crazy? The fact that you said that, because when I was reading comments, that was like the first comment that somebody had in all caps. What happened to lemonade stands?
Because as a young, cute child, no matter if it's a boy, girl, whatever the gender, right? You put up a nice lemonade stand. The lemonade could taste like garbage. You could have that child charge $100 a glass. people will give that child $200 and leave the cup so that they could sell that same cup to somebody else. So what are we talking about?
Backwash.
What are we talking about?
I saw this, and because it's happening like as we speak, like the mother has already disabled like all of her socials because she obviously did not get the reaction that she thought she was gonna get.
Come on.
But when I tell you, I could not wait, and I wanted your reaction was just what I expected, which is why I couldn't wait to give it to you, because
I have to protect.
I just knew.
I have to protect my child, regardless. I got to talk you down off the ledge when people have random comments about what we got going on. So can you imagine what I would have to do? I will have to find your house. I need to find exactly where you live because I'm going to see you. So we're not doing that. My children are not going to be on the internet until they're ready. That's it. On social, I should say. That's it.
I just want people to just have common sense. Like, what were you like? It was never that serious. Like, it was just never that serious. Ever.
It's
and also to the point of, you always be asking me, you always be telling me the things that I tell you are not real, and you don't believe people are living this life.
Yo, Janae, I don't get it.
I keep giving you examples.
we woke up in the upside down. I just don't understand how the world got here. I feel like it was crazy when we were born. But it's like exponentially worse. It's not even just worse. It's just
know why?
Crazy.
Because we are the new adults, and some of us just really shouldn't be.
It's like I'm really trying to stay connected to the youth. And I think I'm doing a decent enough job, but like there's just certain things I can't rock with. Like, it does not make sense. You can't just throw your good and common sense away for social media.
Internet clout. It just doesn't make sense at all. Mm-mm. And I need her to be. Mm-mm. And people have been saying that to call CPS and things like that. I don't think it makes her a bad mother. I'm hoping this child is not abused in any way.
Right.
But I definitely think that she needs someone to go talk to her about what's appropriate and what's not.
And what's not, yeah.
And this was not appropriate. Not for your child.
At all. Anyway, what do you call a cow with no legs?
A hamburger?
Ground beef.
Yo, I hate you.
I don't have really good jokes this week, so I'm hoping that I
get
big laughs from you. I hope I get big laughs, all right? Pretend.
If you have cheese with no crackers, what are you?
Damn, I feel like I know this. What am I?
Crack-a-lackin'.
I said this damn joke. This was my joke from like...
Did you?
Episode like 9 or something like that.
Have to start. We may have to switch the puns for a little bit so people can give us
we're going to have to give these dad jokes a break. What's blue and smells like red paint?
What?
Blue paint.
Yo. I heard the banana couldn't get a date. Want to know why?
Why?
Because he had no appeal.
Sounds about right. So, why couldn't the couple get married in the library?
It has to do with vowels.
It was all booked up.
Shut up. Yo, these are so corny this week. I love it.
All right.
I only had 2, so if you got more.
Sure. You might have said this before, but we'll see. Why did the old man fall into the well?
I feel like I did, but I don't remember.
Because he couldn't see that well.
I didn't say that one, but I think you may have actually said that one.
VirgoSeasonShow@gmail.com is the email address. Let us know your likes, dislikes, whatever, anything is on your brain. Let us know. I'll check those. See you next week.
And you can follow us at Virgo Season Show on TikTok, Instagram, and on YouTube. If you are not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, it's perfect time to do it.
It is. We just found out that Grandpa's addicted to Viagra.
Oh, God.
No one's taking it harder than grandma. Bye.
Get off my... Bye. I just...
Virgo season!